Nice job, so thank you. With this, I think we're all very, very aware there are pros and there are cons with any proposed change. There are pros and there are cons with any proposed change. However, one aspect that I wanted to focus on this evening for everyone was a proposal of a middle school. What some modifications with the schedule will enable the 7 through 12 grades to do in 7-8 building is to completely separate bell schedule-wise from the high school. And that was something that we were somewhat restricted to do in previous years due to busing, due to bell schedules, due to buildings, placement of teachers, students, so on and so forth. So with the 9th grade transition, we were able to sort of move things around. Now, with the middle school, we thought, why shift? If things are working well, why make this shift? And Beth Williams was going to be here this evening to present with me, as she did, as Ms. Bender mentioned in the previous meeting. However, she does have an ill child this evening, so she regrettably sends her apologies that she could not make it. However, a middle school philosophy believes in the social, the emotional, and those various nurturing elements of that academic level. 7th and 8th graders need very specific curriculum, instruction, assessments, leadership, organization, and a culture and a community in a building. And the focus would be able to be of that in a middle school atmosphere. The junior high does exhibit many of these traits. However, what we would want to do is really look at 4 key aspects. And these 4 key aspects are brought from a transition plan, which is this we believe, and these are 16 characteristics of a middle school. Now, since this is microscopic, I'm going to go over 4 of them with you. The essential attributes are developing responsive students, using the foundation of which we make decisions. We want to make good decisions, not poor decisions, not decisions that will not get us where we need to be academically or socially. But that's a key element. We also want to look at a challenging atmosphere, one that recognizes that every student can learn, and what academic ability can they learn at. We want to make sure this is challenging. And that'll be some proposal of some other courses, such as honors levels courses, things like that. Because within the 7th and 8th grade, it's before the transcript starts. If you want to take a challenge and look at various courses, now would be the time to do that. So this middle school model would enable those students to have that opportunity. Also to empower them with the skills to take control of their lives, empower them with the confidence to make those good decisions, to put in various behavior plans and those supports to be able to really nurture the academic and the emotional needs of 7th and 8th grade students, as well as making sure that the education is equitable for them. Every student has the right to learn challenging, relevant learning opportunities. Within this, some proposed modifications to the 7th and 8th grade, as mentioned, housing only the 7th and 8th grade students. It will be some modification of some classrooms and some shifts there that Ms. Williams has been working on. A separate bell schedule from the high school, also including somewhat of an activity homeroom, shifting homeroom to the end of the day, which may add some other opportunities for activities, intramurals, tutorial times, and various other structured activities for the students. Academic teaming, considering bringing that back in both grade levels. Co-curricular lessons, taught also in 8th grade that incorporate a teaming concept, and also develop transitions to the senior high school by incorporating some of those honors classes. And again, the last bullet there would be the introduction of those honors courses. Again, we want to realign special education teachers and reading specialists that we have. Really look to utilize and fully utilize our faculty and staff. As we've said many, many times, we have wonderful teachers. We have wonderful people here. We need to make sure that we're utilizing everyone to their fullest capability and where their strengths are, and making sure that if you have a strength in reading, then you need to be emphasizing that. If your strength is in math, then that's where you need to be as well. Creation of a school-wide behavioral support plan. I'm not sure if many of you know this. Julie Williams, who's the Julie Franzik, who's the assistant principal at the middle school / junior high school, was also an elementary behavioral specialist. So it's near and dear to her to implement a school-wide positive behavior support plan, which is a proactive approach based upon an RTII model, which is utilized in the elementary school with 3 tiers, meaning preventative, various other interventions, safe and effective programs, and safe and effective learning. Some benefits of this model, again, would be the alignment of curricular instruction. making sure we're meeting those needs. These aren't elementary students, but they're not yet high school students, and I think that's something that we need to make sure that we're very, very aware of, that this is a very special time and a very special transition for these students. The incorporation of the activity homeroom in the afternoon can be a benefit. The creation of the behavioral support plan and the implementation of honors courses. Also, within that activity period, we want to really incorporate the various activities, world languages, and the technical science programs such as the CAD, the engineering, the exposure that the high school kids have. We want to see maybe mentoring programs, various other aspects that can trickle down into the junior high school to make other benefits for the students that we have here. So as we're going over and discussing some of these proposed changes and some of the pros and some of the cons with this, I thought it was relevant that we mention some of these aspects today. Okay? Any questions?
Okay. I have a question.